Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to everyone who's coming on. Welcome to all my replay viewers. Glad you guys are here today. I'm going to flip my camera around so I can talk with you guys better. Hello, if this is your first time with me, my name is Keely and I'm the owner of LoveHopeAdventure.com. I blog about the marriage relationship, intimacy in marriage, how you can have a deeper, closer relationship with your spouse. And I also do some lifestyle posts, and I blog about like family issues and sometimes just crafts and other things like that. So I'm kind of a little bit of a hodgepodge, but the basic thing that I love talking about is marriage. Somebody asked, do you have a catch for us to watch old scopes? Yes, I do. You can go to catch.me/lovehopeadvent. And I know it's not my full name, Adventure, but apparently that's just too long. So you have to go to Love Hope Advent. And if you'd like to see some of the I will put a link on that page. So you can go there and you should be able to get my get to my catch.me account that way. I find getting to find people on catch.me is actually kind of difficult. I don't know why the search feature kind of stinks. So anyway, if you're struggling to find me at catch.me/lovehopeadvent, you can always go to lovehopeadventure.com/periscope and you should be taken straight to my account. Oh, and I wanted to mention something before I forget and before I really get talking to you about the things that you can do in 2 minutes a day for marriage tips. Yesterday, I was talking with the owner at Married Dance, and that is an adult Christian-friendly store. They sell some sex toys, which I know is a big controversy for a lot of people, but they sell other things too, like bedroom games and I guess maybe like some furniture and stuff. So if you guys would like to make a purchase at a place you can trust that is going to send you Christian-friendly packaging materials for the things that you get, that sort of thing, you can go to marrieddance.com, and they gave me a coupon code. Love is the coupon code, and if you'd like to get 10% off your order, feel free to do that. They just wanted me to share that with you guys. I was talking about one of their sister sites the other day, Christian-friendly sex positions. They've got that blog, and they describe different sex positions that you can try, and they don't have bad pictures, and they don't have bad language, and so I really have enjoyed them as a resource. And they also have another website called marriagebedtips.com, and they talk a little bit more about sexual intimacy and things like that in the marriage bed. And I've really liked talking with them. So if you guys, I was talking yesterday about some things that you can do if you are on your period or maybe postpartum in the way of sexual intimacy when you really can't have sex. And I did mention that if you wanted to use vibrators for that, that's something you can do. Again, I think you got to go with your conscience on this one, and you really need to make that decision for yourself if you want to have you, your spouse, and the Lord. So do what's best for you in your conscience. But I know there are a lot of people out there that do not have a problem with that as long as it is, stays away from porn and things like that. So if you are one of those people and you would like to make a purchase or have more education, you can go to marrieddance.com. You can get 10% off by using the word love as your coupon code. So I wanted to chat with you guys today about a couple of things. Somebody says postpartum equals low to no sex drive. I didn't actually experience that after I had my children. So give it a couple weeks, and if your sex drive doesn't increase, then I definitely think you should talk with your doctor. Because some people, postpartum, man, this is a thing about that, is that everyone is different. And you may experience something very different than someone else. So get it checked out. If you get a few weeks in and you're really still struggling, find out if your hormone levels are off. So that's my advice to the commenter who said that. Okay, so today I want to talk with you guys about some marriage tips that can be done in 2 minutes a day. And I mean, maybe not 2 minutes, but these are kind of quick things that you can do. First thing that I suggest is you need to be kind to your spouse. It doesn't take any time at all for you to be kind. This is just you not lashing out at your spouse, not being mean to them, not saying things that are nasty to them. Just be kind. That really doesn't take any extra time to be kind as it does to snap or to lash out at them. So that has been like one of the biggest helps in my marriage, is just taking on that mindset that we are going to be nice to each other. And I think that for whatever reason in marriage, we really struggle with that. I don't know if it's just a matter of like knowing your spouse so well. Maybe it's just like with families. We think we can get by with so much more with our husbands, our wives, our children, things like that, than we would with just the general public. So before you go saying something to your spouse or to your kids even, ask yourself, would I talk to someone outside of my home this way? If I was at work, would I speak to a coworker this way? If I was at church, would I talk with someone at church this way? Would I respond in this manner or this tone with that person? And if the answer is no, don't do that with your spouse either. I mean, don't they deserve better from you than what you're giving to other people? So this is a huge marriage tip. It is very hard to do. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. It is really hard to respond in kindness, especially when somebody's sort of grating on your nerves. So if you respond in a way that's not kind to your spouse, then apologize. Again, another marriage tip takes you literally seconds that you can do to tell your spouse, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Look, I'm like the queen of being snappy. I'm not even trying to be. I just am very blunt, and that comes across really poorly sometimes. So even when I'm not in a bad mood and I'm not trying to be mean, I sound cross because I just, I'm very blunt. Like, clean up your room now. Instead of, hey babe, can you please clean up your room? I'm like, let's use as few words as possible to get this point across. So somebody says they've been working on this and they've been getting better. So good on you. I hope that you will. Staying kind, staying nice is very hard. And I will tell you that my mom and dad did a lot to prepare us for marriage. And the biggest thing that they were teaching us all of our lives towards one another, and when my siblings got married, was just be kind. Be nice. The Bible tells us to be kind one to another. Be kind. And I'm not saying it's easy to do, but I am saying it takes very little time. It takes conscious effort, but it takes a little time. Something else you can do is send your spouse a quick note of encouragement. If you like to text your spouse, you can text them. Thank goodness for texting, right? I mean, we grew up in the era where there was no such thing as that. And it was like, okay, well, I have to hide notes in their lunchbox. I'm not saying don't hide notes in your spouse's lunch or briefcase or whatever if they're away at work, but texting is so easy. It is really simple for you to just send a note of encouragement to your spouse. Shoot, you do this for friends, right? You might do this for people you follow online. I mean, why not do it for your spouse too? They really need that note of encouragement. Something else that you can do, this is something my husband and I have been doing. We have a marriage journal that I got from Tammy Green over at married-and-naked.com. Make sure you put dashes in there if you go visit Tammy Green. Married, like a line dash, and dash naked.com. And she sells a marriage journal, and it's basically a gratitude journal, and you can just write a short little note to your spouse every day. It has the prompt, thank you for, and a couple of lines, and then you can tell them thank you for something. I'm going to tell you, this has done so much in my marriage because just taking a minute to think about something to say thank you to my spouse a couple of times a week has been very helpful. And we're not even in a bad place in our marriage at this point. So I can't even imagine how good it would have been for us if we were doing this while we were really struggling with each other. Because a couple of years ago, man, we were just like this every day. And if I had had to sit down and really just think about something I could be thankful for that my husband was doing, I know it would have really changed my attitude. And so send a note of encouragement, or do like we do. We've got this journal that we bought from Tammy Green. If you'd like to know more about it, you can always go to lovehopeadventure.com. And I wrote a post about it probably like 2 days ago, and I can link up to that on my Periscope page. So if you go to lovehopeadventure.com/Periscope, I'll put a link to the book or to the post that I talk about the book so you can learn more about it. And it really does change your mindset to be thankful for anything in a day, but it really helps you have a better mindset towards your spouse. Finding something to be thankful for that they are doing. And it also has allowed me and my spouse to say things to one another that we wouldn't have ever said. So it's really been kind of cool to know that he appreciates things that I do that I never knew he appreciated. So it's been kind of neat for us, and we're not like dedicated every single day, but every couple of days we pass this journal back and forth on either side of our bed. Another thing you can do to invest in your marriage in 2 seconds a day or 2 minutes a day is kiss each other. I mean, I am just regularly, confused when I know couples who don't hardly ever kiss. It's like, we haven't kissed in days. Why not? Have you had sex in days? I mean, you're just not doing anything at all with one another. Kiss each other every day. I suggest multiple times a day. This is why I actually kiss my husband goodbye and goodnight every day. It keeps us remembering. Somebody says they're the worst about that. I'm going to have a disclaimer here. I am not a touchy-feely kind of person. I have to tell myself, oh yeah, I love this person. I should hug them. I should touch them. I got to tell myself about this with my husband and my kids. It's not just random friends or good friends or whatever. I don't remember to do that stuff. This is not natural. I'm not like a huggy, feely, touchy person. So I want people to know I love them and I care about them, particularly my family. And so I have to think about it. Well, kissing goodbye and kissing goodnight, I don't have to think about it. It's a habit. It's a routine. I'm not saying that's the only time you should ever kiss your spouse, but I am saying that if that is all you're doing in a day, at least you're doing that, right? At least you're kissing each other 2 or 3 times a day. I don't know how many times your husband or wife walks out the door, but my husband comes home back and forth kind of often. Somebody said they started kissing hello and goodbye. Oh, because of my advice. Well, thank you. That's awesome. I really stink at kissing hello. My parents always kissed hello, and they always kissed goodbye. We just kind of stink at the whole kissing hello. I don't know why. It's like, I don't know. My husband comes in the door, makes a beeline through the house so that he can go put all of his stuff down and tries to not pass go, right? Don't stop, don't pass go, don't collect $200. He's just straight on in here so he can put all this pile of junk he has down. So we kind of stink at kissing hello, but we always kiss goodbye. Sometimes we kiss multiple times goodbye, because we'll kiss goodbye and then he'll be like, oh, hey, I want to tell you about this thing. And then be like, wait, did we kiss? Yeah, okay, let's do that again. So we do a lot of kissing around here, and it really helps me to keep that as part of priority. I want to give my spouse non-sexual affection, and that's a great way to do it. The last thing that I was thinking about in the way of things you can do to enhance your marriage and be better in your marriage is listen to your spouse. It doesn't take anything to listen to them. You don't have to put in a whole lot of extra time. You don't have to invest any money into this. You just have to intentionally shut off what's going on in your brain and listen. Listen to them. Ask them some questions. When they get home from their day at work, look, let's stop doing this. Hey, how was your day? It was good. Mine was good. Okay, bye. That is what you do with a friend that you hardly know or an acquaintance. That's not what you do with your spouse. You can start your conversation that way. Hey, how was your day at work? Oh, it was okay. Oh, really? Well, what did you do? Did you get anything done? Did you get anything accomplished? Did you talk to anybody? And then take turns listening to each other. Don't spend your whole time talking with your spouse or waiting for them to just take a breath. That's really important. Don't sit around waiting for your spouse to take a breath. So they're just telling me about their day, or they're telling me about a problem they're dealing with, and they are not expecting me to formulate a plan. They just want to communicate with me and relate to me. So stop doing that. When you're listening, listen actively. And by active listening, that means don't look at your phone. Don't, I'm not saying don't, I'm not saying ignore your kids. Obviously, you got to stop talking sometimes for your kids, or other things that may come up. But don't get distracted. Really listen to them. Ask questions. And then sort of like repeat the answers that they say to you, because that will really help you to listen to them. I was reading this post the other day by Paul Byerly. He's over at The Generous Husband. And I'm pretty sure his website is the-generous-husband.com. And his wife, Lori, she's at the-generous-wife.com. Guys, don't forget those dashes, okay? And I have done a marriage blogger roundup of these guys. So Paul was saying the other day that he was telling Lori something, and she, a few minutes later, did something that really helped him to understand that she really listened to him. So he had a conversation with her, and in turn, she did something to prove to him, basically, that she was really listening to him. And he said he felt so loved in that moment and so cared for, because his wife just genuinely listened to him. And how many times in our life do people really listen to us? So many times we're communicating with others and they just want to like talk and not listen. And when it's our turn to talk or we try to interject, it's like they don't have time for it or they shut it down. Don't be that with your spouse. Instead, listen to them and really engage with them. And when you guys develop that pattern and that habit with each other, it will help you so much go deeper in your marriage and your relationship. And I know a lot of couples who do not take the time to talk every day. And I get it if you have your spouse maybe out of town, maybe y'all are separated a lot, or maybe y'all work opposite shifts. I'm not trying to like put anybody in a place where it's like, oh, well, you should always have time to talk to your spouse. I know that there are some special occasions or special times in which a couple just cannot talk with each other because they are away on conferences or away on business trips or separated or whatever. But in general, I think that couples spend way too much time looking at their phones, watching TV, or being distracted by other things when they can really be connecting with each other. And so something that Austin and I do is when we are in the car together, we do what we can to try and stay off of our phones as much as possible. Now, we're both of us have our own businesses and our own things that we're a part of, and we have really various schedules, and people use our phones to get in touch with us. So if we're driving around in the car, or if we're hanging out with one another and someone texts us or someone sends us a message, we're going to check it out just to see if it's something that we need to respond to right away. If a client is hitting me up on Facebook chat or on Skype or something and they live across the world and we're in different time zones and they are actually catching me at a point when they can, I'm going to take it. But I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm just going to chat with this person over here, or I'm going to look at my Facebook the whole time. Instead, I'm going to do what I can to talk to my husband or talk to my kids. I use that time in the car as a way to really connect with those that are with me. And this is how it was when I was growing up. And those car rides, just going anywhere, I don't care if it was to Walmart or to another state on vacation, car rides meant so much to me. So I want to do that for my children. share with you today of marriage tips that you can do in just a couple of minutes a day. I said 2 minutes a day. I don't know. Listening might take longer than 2 minutes because if the conversation drags on, right? But kissing doesn't. Sending words of encouragement, just being kind, those things you can give to your spouse, and it will really help your marriage. If you'd like to see what I've been blogging about, go over to lovehoopadventure.com and you can see what's been on my mind this week. And I hope to be on tomorrow around the same time. You guys have a great day.